breakfast with Bob. Go and grab your coffee and have some breakfast with Bob. Chee-hoo! In St. George, Utah.
Pancho Man! Welcome everybody to Day 3, Breakfast with Bob, St. George edition. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spa, Zion's Bank, Quintana Roo, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Clash Endurance, Premium Plus Sports, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest has 3 Ironman wins, 6 70.3 wins. Mr. Boris Stein joins us. How you doing, Boris?
Hi. Thanks, I'm doing good. A little bit nervous. Do race week and an English interview ahead.
You are always a good English speaker. You speak way better English than I speak German.
Yeah, that's for sure, but I try my best.
I love it. So, Boris, you were 7th at 70.3 Lanzarote, and in 2022, and you had a really good year in 2021 with 5th at Ironman Mallorca, and 2nd at Challenge Henning, and 6th at Challenge Samarin, and 2nd at Ironman Lanzarote. When you ride this course, does it remind you of Lanzarote because it's so hilly and challenging?
I really like this bike course.
You do?
That's for sure, yes. And it reminds me a little bit of Lanzarote, and it had a little bit more wind than I expected before during the past days, and I'm looking forward what happened on race day.
What's fun about this is because there's no history here, right? In terms of a full Ironman, you don't know. When you go to Kona, you sort of know this guy has won and this guy has done this, but there's no track record here.
Yeah. You told before that I had decent years before, but that's not really right. We met us, I think, 4 years ago during Ironman World Champs at Hawaii, and 17 had been my last start on Hawaii. After that, I had a bike crash during my preparation for Ironman Nice.
Yes.
I hit a cat.
You hit a cat?
A cat, yeah.
Oh, God.
Cat crossed the way, and after that, I'm dealing a lot. I dealt a lot with injuries.
Yes.
So I broke my
your hip?
My hip, yes, on the one side, and 8 weeks afterwards, I started again for getting my Kona slot secured at Ironman Copenhagen.
Yes.
And I finished the race. That was the only goal. But 3 weeks afterwards, I had the same stress fracture on the other side of my hip.
God, so you were favoring it, yes.
And I'm dealing with this the years afterwards. I had some good times afterwards that I win, as you told, Ironman Sweden, and again qualified for Kona. But then I got the hip issue on the other side. But now I'm really back. I trained since December. Yes. Really decent. Yes. And without any problems. That means 6 months of serious training, and I'm looking confident to the race.
Yes, and you in Kona, you were 10th in Kona in 15 and 17 and 7th in 2016. So obviously you like the big stage where all the best people are.
Yeah, I think everyone is looking forward to a World Championship after this 2.5 years without one, and every pro athlete needs this.
Yes,
and is really. Yeah, I told you I'm nervous before the race, and this had been. I feel as if I talk to every other pro.
So, how was there a point after dealing with those injuries for a couple of years where you thought, I don't know if I can come back. I don't know if my career might be over.
Yeah, I'm not this guy who is not thinking about other opportunities. I'm thinking during quiet times at home. Can I do maybe other stuff better than triathlon? But if I'm going into the deep of it, I know that the sports means a lot for me. And it's not that I'm not alone, that I want to be outside and train. That's the one side of the sport I love. But the sport itself with this this typical fair play, and you can say if you work hard, you get paid for it.
Right.
In a way, and that's something I really like. That it's a really true thing, and that's something I like to stand for.
Right, the fact that if you work hard and you perform well, you're taken care of.
Yeah, and it's not all about performance and success. It's even dealing with some
the hardships that come along.
Hardships.
Yes.
And it's easy to say getting stronger out of it, but that's a part of it. Getting out of it in any way.
Right. So when you look back at your career, is there one race you look at as your best race that you've had?
Yeah. I'm really satisfied with all my Kona races.
Yes.
I did. The first one, as everyone like everyone say, is for getting the island for know the island.
Yes.
Or getting in touch with the island, and every other race afterwards, I'm really happy with my performance. I couldn't say this one was better than the other one. I'm really happy with all the 3 races, and racing a world championship where everyone is on his peak.
Yes.
That's one reason I do triathlon or professional sport.
Right. And I know back when you trained in Texas years ago with Patrick Lange, and then I think after that was when Patrick had his big breakthrough and finished 3rd, and then he won the next 2. Did that surprise you? Because you were a guy who trained with him on a daily basis.
He had shown in Texas that he's a special one on this longer distances.
Yes.
And even that this special climate suits him.
Right. The heat.
And it wasn't that surprised that he will be really good at Kona.
Right.
But it surprised me a little bit that he got a really big one on every course afterwards. Last year he won Challenge World on a something for Europeans normal course. So that was more surprise for me that he's a good athlete, or one of the one of the best athletes on every kind of race.
It doesn't matter. He's versatile. He can do it. He can do it all. And you were still working as a teacher while you were trying to race as a pro?
No, I quit my job as a teacher during the change of the long distance.
Oh, when you went to long distance.
Yeah. So it had been. I'm just a pro, and with a growing family, I got dad at February a second time, so life is completely full. So there's no other space than just training and family at the moment, and I could not think, or could not believe for another way of life for me, with a combination of professional triathlon and family. There's no space for something else.
Yes, you got it's full. Your full life. What would you be happy with racing on Saturday? Are you coming here thinking, okay, I want to finish top 5, top 10, win the race? What are you thinking?
Before Ironman 70.3 Lanzarote this spring, I was really happy that I just get on the start line without any issues before. But I forgot a little bit that even if you are in a decent shape, you have to. It's not like a picnic walk or something like this. So you have to deal with the pain a little bit. And I think if I manage this well on Saturday, I will get to the top 10. I've been there, and that could only that. At I started the year, it was sure for me that this could be my only motivation to get back to the top 10 and show everyone that I'm back after this 3 years of struggling with hip injuries.
Well, it's great to have you back, and I'm glad you're healthy again. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Being healthy, being able to race, and being with your family.
Yeah,
Nothing
thanks
better.
a lot.
Poncho Man, take us out.
It's breakfast with Bob. Go and get your coffee. It's breakfast, Bob. Oh, in St. George, Utah.
Poncho Man, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. See ya.